Atlas Travel teamed up with Holland America Line in their headquarters in Seattle, Washington, with some exclusive insider tips from Alaska specialist Bill Fletcher. Join Karen McCrink, Director of Leisure Sales, as she speaks with Bill about Alaska cruises and land discovery packages that Holland America Line offers. If you'd like to learn more about Holland America Line, head over to atlastravel.com/vacations.
So one of the things that comes up a lot, if customers want to know, can they just do a cruise? Is that enough? Can they see enough of Alaska in a 7-day cruise? What would your answer be to them?
Well, we always say to come when you have the most time to invest in your Alaska experience. And if you only have a week, a cruise is a great choice. 7 days round trip from Seattle or from Vancouver is a great Alaska vacation. But if you have as little as 2 or 3 days more to spend on your vacation, you can combine that cruise with the opportunity to visit Denali. And we know from talking to our guests for many, many decades that Denali is the reason that people are inspired to do that, to combine a cruise with a land tour. There's so much more to explore once you've made that decision to step off the ship and go inland, but it really starts around Denali. Denali is the common denominator for all of our land and sea programs that combine a cruise with a land program, of 1 to 3 nights at the park. And we always encourage more time at the park, of course, because on all of our 2 and 3 night stays, we include this Tundra Wilderness Tour that takes you deeper than anyone else includes into the park to see the most wildlife and the best views of the mountain. But it's a long day. It's 6 to 8 hours on a bus with a really great naturalist, and you're going to see the wildlife, and you're very likely going to see the mountain, or at least part of it, depending on the weather. But it takes up most of 1 day. So if you only have 2 nights at Denali even, that full day in between is this Tundra Wilderness Tour. And you can still fit some optional excursions in the margins, but if you spend 3 nights, it gives you a full 2nd day to just relax in Denali Square. We haven't talked about Denali Square yet, but we're so excited to have a destination experience for our guests at Denali, the likes of which never existed before last year.
Tell me a little bit about Denali Square.
Okay. Well, as I mentioned, we are blessed with an amazing piece of property at the gates of Denali National Park, right on the border of Denali. The Nenana River is the eastern border of the park, and our 62-acre campus is on the river, looking completely. Everything you see from the property is looking into Denali National Park. But until about 4 years ago, while it was a beautiful campus, once you came back from your day's adventures in and around Denali, you went to dinner and then you likely went back to your room because there wasn't much else on the campus to do. And so we completely redeveloped the property, moved more than 100 buildings around, took the employee housing, moved it completely off-site, all to make room in the middle of the property for what we call Denali Square. We just cut the ribbon on this at the beginning of last season, 2 seasons ago, I should say. And it is a centerpiece to the property that is a gathering place for our guests to share their stories and adventures in the park. It's anchored by a big new restaurant that has soaring views across the river. There's an artist in residence cabin where Denali artists are there to create their work and also to interact with our guests.
Nice.
Right in the middle of the plaza is an amphitheater where rangers do presentations, and we have music in the evenings. There's fire circles for making s'mores in the evenings, and just kind of a hangout
So
place.
keep people doing things and being together, because it stays light,
Yeah.
you know, in the summertime until
Well, in the
11.
summer, yeah, in
11.
June, late June into early August. And our dinner theater has moved into the square as well. So it's really the kind of place where from 10 o'clock in the morning until midnight, if you have the time and you're wanting a place to hang out,
There's always something going on.
absorb the energy of Denali, this is the place to do it.
Excellent.